I think white people are so triggered by black joy because they have zero control over it. And white people are all about control. And anything they don't get to control and manage and dictate freaks them the hell out.
They don't get to be the leader.
This one here is a bitter truth, okay? Yeah, it is. Black people are beginning to develop some kind of joy. And this black joy is really terrifying and sending tension into the white community because blacks and happiness, it's been something that they've really lacked for a very long time. And that was like a privilege, or it was like something that gives the white community happiness because they had some kind of hatred to black people, which means whenever black people would feel like they are not okay and maybe they are not happy, it made them feel happy, okay? So they used to create and develop their joy and happiness by frustrating the black community. Now, black joy, definitely, it's gonna give the white community tension and they're going to be very much furious and confused because they don't want the black community to be happy. They don't want the black community to really feel good or be happy in some way and all of that, okay? So there is a certain kind of joy that is beginning to come around black people. There is a certain kind of happiness that is developing amongst the black communities. And this one really frustrates the white community for sure, for real. I don't know why, but the truth of the matter, what I know is that white people have never wanted to see a black community that is happy or a black community that is living better and okay. Okay? So when they feel or they come across something like this, it really frustrates them and gives them a mind and like it gives them a heart that is not relaxed. So they keep on like wandering around what is happening and all that. It's depressing them. I want you to take a look at these videos, okay? Please subscribe to this channel if you have not been able to do that, or if maybe you're watching me for the first time, and I will be very happy if you do that because we shall be growing together. Now, as you're watching this video, prepare your thoughts, have them shared with me in the comment section. I'll do my best to make sure I read all of them and give a response where possible. But until then, let's take a look at these videos.
White people being mad at black children dancing at graduation is linked to slavery. Because once upon a time, there was no black joy that was allowed. Like, especially back in slavery, like if they saw that, they would probably do horrible things, torture the slaves. And so there was none of that joy allowed. But now today, obviously, black children are allowed to express that kind of joy. But I think internally, it makes some white people, you know, uncomfortable because in their DNA, that shit wasn't allowed to happen. Like the slave owners weren't allowing the black people to, you know, gather and celebrate and dance and have fun, you know, when slavery was happening. But I'm just like, bitch, that has to be linked to slavery. Like you can't be mad at children celebrating graduation and dancing for real. Like, it's not just that that's irritating you. It's something within that DNA that's irritating you and making you mad at black joy. And it's because there was a time where it wasn't allowed to be. And so racist people literally get uncomfortable when they see black people having joy because there was a time where their ancestors weren't allowing black people to have joy at all. And it makes them uncomfortable, I feel like, because it's like, y'all don't really got shit over there. And y'all see that we have all this shit over here together as a community, black people. And I feel like that just rubs y'all the wrong way. But clearly, that's linked to slavery to me. Like, what?
See, the thing is, racist white people love to stop black people from being happy, from having an enjoying moment, from being at peace. It's like something in them triggers them at the happiness of a black person. Like, we supposed to be miserable, we supposed to be down and out, we supposed to be, you know, just looking down, no confidence, no nothing. See, that be the problem right there. They don't like to see us happy. They don't like to see us having a good old time. sticking together, playing, getting in touch with each other. You could be just sitting down in peace and they got a problem with that. I was meditating. She took me out of my meditative state to deal with her fucking foolery and bullshit, trying to disrespect people. Somebody said we not our ancestors. I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. Okay? Ain't none of that going down where I'm at. And that's how we gotta be. The community is you. You are the community. What you stand for. We gotta stand for something to fall for anything. And that okie doke that they've been running on us for all these years and centuries and thinking black people got a place. This is my neighborhood then. And that's the attitude you gotta have. I'm not sitting back watching nobody get disrespected just because of the color of their skin. And because you can't stand to see a person who you deem lesser than you or inferior to you to have a place. I'm finna show you who got a place and who's superior over who. You ain't gotta like my black ass, but you gonna respect me. Literally have no fear. No fear when you're dealing with these racist white people, and watch how our ancestors come through for us on the other side. You are not alone. I have no fear when I'm stepping up and standing up for what's right when it comes to our people, when it comes to me, and definitely these women and children. No fear whatsoever. I wish a bitch would. I bully the bully. Type of grown ass person talk to kids trying to bully somebody else's kids when ain't no adults around. So you thought.
So last time I was up here, we was talking about how everybody thought black American people didn't know what we was doing when we wasn't protesting and coming outside. But we literally are key players in this fucking game. Now that folk are starting to see that there's a reason why black Americans kept refusing to protest, right? Because we know these people better than they know themselves. We keep telling everybody that, but everybody don't believe us, okay? We know these people better than they know themselves. We keep telling everybody that the playbook is in black American history. That's the reason why they refuse to teach it to y'all, okay? Because if they were to teach y'all black American history, they would literally teach y'all the ins and outs of white supremacy. Tactics, manipulation, psychological shit, and all the stuff that leads up to the major things that they do. So, let's hone in on a particular part of black American history, right? We're going to hone in on the fact that of what ended the Reconstruction era and the various different massacres and even the lynchings, right? The dark stuff that happened. Consistently, what was a precursor to them YT clear folk, the clear showing their goddamn ass was black people doing well. That's the precursor. Black people doing well and black people minding their business, right? That's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is YT people not doing well. Okay? The Reconstruction era literally almost shifted the American economy to black Americans being in the driver's seat of black economics, right? Of equity, right? It was a huge wealth transfer that was getting ready to take place because after emancipation, right? Black people knew how to do all the jobs. Okay? YT folk did not have the skills to compete or do any of the jobs. So, and then black people were buying up land, like plots of land, buying up a lot of plantation owners were selling land to stay afloat and stuff like that. And black people was buying it. Okay. And so this is what gave rise to those really big black towns that we talk about, very wealthy black towns that we talk about, Black Wall Street, et cetera, et cetera. That's what popped all of that off. So massacres really were about, one, kicking black people back into a place of like poverty, and two, stealing our shit. Okay? Stealing our shit. Taking our houses, taking our land, taking our businesses. They would literally terrorize the black people into leaving and then move their asses into business and then run the business or change the business into whatever they wanted to change it into because they were not doing well. Okay? If you track it, the Great Depression era, in that time period, whole bunch of terrorizing of black towns took place. Why? Because YT people were poor. It didn't really bother black people to be poor because black people already knew how to get by with really next to nothing. Okay? We gonna make something shake regardless, right? And we also still had wealthy, sustainable towns because our money wasn't actually in the stock market. We don't ever actually put our money in the stock market like that. So the crash really didn't affect us to the way that it affected everybody else. Outside of the super, super rural areas, black people really struggled in the super, super rural, remote areas. So let's fast forward into today and why black people knew that these people were going to be trying to come into the white man fight back, da 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 da, because they are literally coded to believe that every problem they have, black people are the cause of it. Okay? Every problem they have, anything that go wrong in their life, it's a black person's fault. Okay? Black people are literally their get out of accountability card. Black people are their get out of failure card. Black people are their get out of success card. Lack of success card. Okay? Anytime things do not go the way that they think that it should, the privilege ain't privileging and the supremacy ain't supremacy, they are looking for a way to make black people the problem. Okay? Black people and we know because black people was on the other side of fucking town. We talking about people who get in a fight with their white wife, okay, over their white marriage issues, and then go into a black neighborhood and try to kidnap a black woman or kidnap a black man for something. Even if you go into like the lynchings that occurred, my wife said that the black man was looking at me. No, his wife was literally fucking another white man. And they didn't want to sit up there and deal with that issue. So they went and put it on a black man and terrorized the black neighborhood. Okay? Black people have been the scapegoat for white people issues for hundreds of years. This is like epigenetic coded in them. Okay? They don't know how to cope with problems that are created by them. Okay? They don't know how to cope with the shit that they actually fucking cause. Okay? And the fact that black people are refusing to come outside, black people are not giving them an out. That is why we held off. And that's why we chilling. Because we ain't giving them no easy outs. And it is frustrating the fuck out of them. Okay? It is frustrating the fuck out of them. Okay? So they're going to go around and they're going to terrorize like the leftists. Okay? They're going to terrorize the libs. But they can't get at who they really want to get at, which is black American people, because black American people ain't playing ball the way that they want us to, because we studied history. Everybody else didn't. We know our history. We know how these people give it up. Okay? So, y'all continue staying on the chessboard. Black people, we up, though. We up. And we just watching the things happen. Because when it's time for us to come out, when it's time for us to come outside, baby, they're going to wish we had gone in the house.
I'm going to keep saying this with my whole chest because some people are not deep thinkers. I understand that you're not a critical thinker. This is not for you. This is just not for you. Scroll up. So, my point today is, well, not today, but at this moment, like, why does black joy bother some white people? And some other groups, but majority is white people. And not all of you. You know what I'm talking about. You ever notice how the group of black folks, like, they come together laughing, dancing, and just vibing, and suddenly it's labeled as too loud, too ghetto, or too much? Jealousy. Jealousy. You know why? Because they couldn't strip that away. And it's surviving. But let's be real. It's not about the volume. That's the problem. It's the vibrations. It's the freedom. It's the fact that we can still find joy after centuries of trying to be stripped of who we are. We still make something out of nothing. You understand? See, black joy is like disruptive in certain people. It challenges. And where we're supposed to be broken, angry, and silent, it's like loving, living, and celebrating. So it's not just confusion. It's threatening to a certain group of people. Because black joy, for us, is power, is resistance, it's healing, it's ancestral. Of all the things they said we could not do, it's lies. Remember, we were here way before other groups were here. And now our happiness is not a performance. It's reclaiming who we said we always were. So the next time somebody looks uncomfortable with your black joy, remember that you're not the problem. They're just uncomfortable. And can't believe that after all this time, we are still celebrating who we are and who we are meant to be and who we are growing to be. So tell me, have you ever felt like your joy made somebody else uncomfortable? Let's talk about it, y'all. To me, I don't give a flying fuck who feels uncomfortable. This is my life, my body. And if you feel uncomfortable, move the fuck away. Right. Because where I was for Black Bike Weekend, we were on the side, I'm not going to say the grown folk side, but we like our peace. So, of course, it was a mix of black and white people. Like, we all around each other. We all talking to each other. You think anybody grabbed a purse because they see bikers in leather? No, they're used to it. They're talking, they're waving, they're like, oh, let me tell me about your bike, blah, 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 blah. These are people talking, not afraid and not jealous. There are There are some, but we didn't cross any this weekend. Okay? But have y'all ever experienced that? Like, you have enjoyed, you have a celebration, especially with all the graduates. Did you see those comments talking about black fatigue in the comments of black joy celebrating the college? See, the point that I'm trying to get at is no one who doesn't, how can I say this? If you black, you understand. It comes naturally, and it doesn't matter what state you from. We all have a common denominator of celebrating our blackness, and people can't stand that. People can't stand that. And I'm not just talking about in America. If we go somewhere else, black joy is celebrated different ways, but we still have that common denominator of celebrating of what we achieve regardless of the fact. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Anyway, happy Tuesday.
All right, welcome back again. Thank you for watching. A community that once upon a time suffered and cried, a community that once upon a time went through difficulties, hard life and all that, it is today beginning to see light because their God has waken up. And God, who has always been on their side, wanted a lot of people to get confused, okay? To get confused, to feel like they're the chosen one. Because maybe God knew that white people are very arrogant and maybe they're very proud of themselves and all that, to an extent they're feeling like many people do not matter anymore, and therefore he decided, let me just stay low and see what these people are gonna do. Okay, for many years black people have really gone through difficult time. They've suffered, they've cried themselves out, and was anybody caring about them? Did anybody give a concern about what they were going through? Nobody did. Okay, because they felt like it is the responsibility, or it is a must these people suffer, or they go through the difficult times that they've been going through all the times. It was like something that was their fate to suffer. Okay, and you know, people felt like even if these people cry, they're like not full human beings. They're like animals. Let them continue suffering. That is what and how we were placed in front of them, and therefore suffering to the black people did not even actually, like, it didn't concern a lot of people. People thought it's just something that is normal. Okay, and so black people used to suffer. Nobody cared about it, and so things are now different because now the black people that people used to downgrade, people used to maybe, let me say, see them as nobodies. They are now waking up and things are changing. They are beginning now to take power. They are beginning to take their positions. They are beginning to come back where they were disqualified. They are beginning to show now their areas of strength and their areas of power. And nobody right now can even disqualify them. Yeah? Nobody can disqualify them. Look at the white countries. The white countries that we used to look at them and see them as the greater countries are now falling very bad. Look at France. Look at the United States of America. Look at their economy and everything. Yeah? Look at how the white people are crying. Black people are the ones who've been used to crying every time. But today, they are no longer crying. Why? Because they used to suffer and they used to get experience on how to live and survive. And right now, blacks are very comfortable, but white people are not comfortable because what they're experiencing, it is something they've not been experiencing for years. They used to live like people like who own the world. Everything they want, they can be able to get. Anywhere they want to go, they can be able to go. Everything they want to achieve, they can be able to achieve. Why? Because they were achieving it using us, the black people, because their people, their system made them think they're superior while we were not superior. And right now, events are really unfolding because the system they made themselves is beginning to fail. Black people are migrating from the United States of America and other parts of the world, coming back to Africa. When they're coming back to Africa, like on reaching to Africa, they realize, oh, so life is not what we thought it is, or life is a different thing. Because when they get to Africa, they find love. When they get to Africa, they find comfort. When they get to Africa, they find their brothers and sisters who look like them. They are walking in the midst of the people who look like them. They are very safe. They feel very safe. Not like when they are walking in the streets of the United States of America. They feel like everything looks like a threat. And joy is in the hearts and in the eyes and in the minds of the black community because God has really come for them. Okay? They've suffered for years. A time that we're talking like right now, the suffering has come to an end. There is no more suffering in the midst of the black community. And that is why we can be able to experience and see happiness. Yeah. Now, the people who used to make them go through difficult time and make them suffer, the people who used to disqualify them and make them feel bad, right now are the same people who want the help of the black people. And the black people are very joyful because we are living the best life we've ever wanted to live. We are uniting. Look at the unity that is going around the black community. Look at that kind of a unity. Oh, it's a very beautiful unity, a unity that everybody wants. Once upon a time, or back here, many white communities, they never wanted the black people to unite because they feared the power of the black people when they come together and unite. And that is why someday, Luce Farah can say that the unity of a black community is like an atomic bomb because it is very powerful, and that is what the West really fears. When the black people come together, they can be able to conquer. That is why they divided people, yeah, into many parts and scattered them for them to be weak, that's so that they can be able to actually take advantage of them. But look at what is happening. What is happening is something very nice. Black people are happy together, they are coming together, they are uniting, they are now feeling like safety is really coming. Many of them are waking up. People used to be lied to, they can no longer be lied to. The existing generation does not allow to take in lies, does not allow to be manipulated or deceived. So it really threatens the white community, and the white community are no longer safe. When they walk around, they meet a black person who is smiling and happy, they feel like something is wrong somewhere. And that is what we've always wanted for years. Tell me what you think of the comment section about this. I'll do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. I am the African Streamline. Thanks for coming. Thanks for always choosing this channel. Thanks for making it your stop over today. I really do appreciate. Now, don't forget to tell me what you think in the comment section. I want to read your comments and have a conversation. And until next episode, peace be with you.